Yes. Um, not a liberal. In some ways, I agree with progressive things, but I am slowly moving towards socialism and socialist philosophy. Um, may seem utopianist in some ways, but um, I wanted to ask a few questions for anybody that considers himself to be a liberal at this point. And let me start by saying this: saying you're a liberal, I guess it means that you think that capitalism can be fixed, or that America will stop doing what it's doing or what it's been doing. I guess a liberal is like looking at Ted Bundy and saying, well, we can fix him. And a socialist is like, no, dude, that's what he does is murder, kill, rape, have sex with corpses. You're not fixing that. I don't even want to, you know what I mean? I don't even want to be around something like that. That's the difference. We both acknowledge it's a problem, but our attitude about how we can deal with that problem is drastically different. I just feel like I was reading something earlier. They're coming up with a Top Gun sequel. I think the first one was like in '86 or something. And they were talking about how all these people was wanting to join the Navy. It was a big recruiting boost. And how now it's probably not going to happen. And I'm not going to watch the film. Even now, I haven't seen Valor. I haven't seen that film, that Valor film, the Navy SEALs. I have no interest in watching it. Not Men of Honor, not that one with De Niro and what's his name? That was a good movie, hell of a good movie. But America's been in war for almost 20 years in the base of a lie, and they were talking about how the difference between now and the '80s was you had not had a real war. Yeah, you had Grenada. Yeah, you had, the soldiers getting, the Marines dying over there in Lebanon or something. But that was all hit and miss stuff. That wasn't protracted conflicts. And we now engage in preemptive war. We spy on our allies. We now engage in torture. We now engage in blackmailing our allies so they'll go to war with us. That's the movie coming out, Open Secret, Official Secrets. That's what it's about. The United States asking the British to help them blackmail the UN so they could blackmail them into supporting the war in Iraq. All these people out here who want to pretend and say, well, there's no proof of weapons of mass destruction, I have to ask them, is this really what a person that believes in what they're doing does? Yeah, man. What I'm doing is so just that I believe we should blackmail all these people that we're supposed to be having, respect, diplomatic respect for. Let's just spy on them and blackmail them so they'll support our war. Is that logical? Not logical to me. A couple of things here for questions that may be asked or left. First question is, how do you? I guess I'm at that point. I don't think America can be fixed. Let me just get to the meat of it. I don't think America can be fixed. I don't have a optimism about America, and I'm speaking about America in dealing with black and brown people. I'm talking about America dealing with the rest of the world. I think that America's going to get a lot more violent. I think that Trump is a sign of something much worse that's been rising up for quite a while before Obama. But I'll say at least with Obama. People want to say with Obama they had violence too. That was the beginning of it. But I think one thing I've learned of white supremacy is that white people are going to do what they get away with. And if Obama was president when you had this stuff with Charlottesville, they'd have been locking up folks' mamas. They would have been raiding the barbershop of the dudes who talked to the dude that did a mass shooting. Yes. Tell me they can't do that. That's what that whole Snowden film was about. That's what he was talking about. He was looking at people skip tracing, which means like, I'm looking for you, so I'll be looking at your brother or your auntie or whatever to get to you. That's the last person you talk to that I can find officially you talk to. He was saying he could find out information on the person that person talked to the day before. And he's looking at them. He's like, where does it end? Where is privacy at? There's no privacy anymore. That's why it gets me with conservatives that talk about they have a problem with the future. Well, your government does it. Your government's doing this. What are you talking about? You just think this is what America does now. These are all signs of an empire in decline that's doing everything it can to threaten, to cajole everybody to maintain power. And that may be attacking their allies, i.e. blackmailing them. And that may be going after people who are officially elected representatives of their states, going after them and telling them to go back home when they were born in America. We all know what that meant. That was all racist. It was all a racist comment to say you guys need to go back to Africa, go back to your third world countries. We know what that was about, man. It doesn't matter. It's like when Trump told that guy, "You don't belong here in Alabama," and he told that other guy, he called the brother ran for governor in Florida, called him a thief. We know what it's about. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it came out. Andrew Gillum. It doesn't matter that it came out that he didn't commit any crimes. That's irrelevant. That was all about old white people in Florida who, when they see a strong black man with bass in his voice, they thinking about somebody breaking their house, stealing a silverware with pantyhose over their face. We know what that was about, man. This is simple. It's not, nothing about Trump is deep. Nothing about these folks are deep. I'm getting off the subject. Another question for the left. If you guys acknowledge that Trump is a danger and that Trump is a fascist, why do you want to take away from us one of the only things we have to defend ourselves from a future American genocide? Why do you want to take it away from us? Why do you want to try to remove that which we have to protect ourselves? I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't get it. That makes no sense to me. I don't see the issue so much with guns as I see it as a president that is legitimizing white male rage. And that goes for white male rage out here, and it goes for white male rage in the military. It's all the same. It's all the same. It's a nativist sense of outrage that they don't have the privilege they once had. So they're going to kill. And the sad thing is they're killing a lot of white kids. A lot of the stuff are killing white people. I should care. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You would think the way I talk, I wouldn't care. I do care. Remember the white man in Texas I told you about that said, depending on who those kids' parents voted for, it's going to depend whether he felt bad for the kids, after that shooting? What do you want me to say? What do you need me to say? Do I have to explain? That's sick, man. But I'm a racist because I'm against Trump. I'm a racist because I speak out against Trump. I'm a racist because I speak out against white supremacy. No, man. I just reckon white supremacy is something that you're not, and that's my thing to liberals, you're not going to fix it. I get it, you have to work in the system. I get it, you have to do these things. But capitalism, liberalism, neoliberalism, these are not, they're not a utopia. They're not something to shoot for. They're not a moral system in any way. And I think we see that more and more with Trump, that there is no morality there. There's going to be a part 2 to this one. Bear with me.